Welcome to the Woke Nation. How are you doing? It's our nation of factual truth where we feel free to share and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faith. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our life. Today is 24th day of May 2023. And yesterday, I received the news that my father died in our nation. And he lived his life. And, it's normal thing. That's how I see death. Of course, all of you that have been hearing from me, you know my stand on it already. I say I will never bring a dime to put a dead body in the mortuary. Once somebody died after 24 hours, commit that body to the earth. That's the proper burial you can give to anybody. Bury them immediately. Not all this nonsense people do today in the name of burial. Poor people that cannot even afford to feed themselves well, but when somebody dies, you see them coming up with some fines, coming up some fundraising tactics. They have to raise funds for burial. Why are you raising funds for burial? Tell me. When the person was alive, you didn't raise any fund. Now the person is dead. Now you want to raise a fund. Hmm? You want to raise fund for what? For a body. Some people even like put jewelries on the dead body. They want to bury some, buy golden coffin and all that. That's nonsense. One of the nonsense they used to make us, we leave humanity for some make-believes or some myths, and we take them too seriously, as if they are that's how we must live. We shouldn't be so. We should use our brain. So it doesn't matter, like sentiments people will come up. And one of the things I notice when I tell people about it is their emotional feelings. They think everybody must have it. It's natural, it's normal. It's not. There are pains people feel when they say let me use their word, their loved one dies. Now you are the one that's holding that pain or that feelings. Nobody forced it on you. You are the one that decided, like, I want to feel that way, or they taught you to feel that way. So even when you don't supposed to, when there's no reason for you to feel that way, you force yourself to feel that way. And some of you think because of what people will say, okay, let me just pretend I don't. So when I had it, at the same time I say, okay, bury the body, that's it. It's dead. What are you gonna do with the body? Death is not the end. Death is not tragedy. For those of you that say, oh, because it never happened to you, you don't know me. I've seen dead bodies of my family members and friends. So whether it's a child that dies or elderly person that dies, I treat them the same way. It's body. And if you've been listening, I've been saying this, you know they will die. You were born to die. You live to die. And you die to be born again. And you're born again to live. And you live to die. It's the circle of life, which is birth and death. You celebrate birth, but you don't celebrate death. And you lie. You said your burial, funeral is a celebration of life. What do you mean celebration of life? When you said dead, somebody died or you burying the person and you're calling it. So, people make up things to justify whatever they believe or whatever they're doing. Then the same people will tell you, do not argue to win. It's like telling person, do not prepare to succeed, or do not prepare for battle to win. You're just arguing. a lot of nonsense people made up, and I see people carrying unnecessary burden for that for years, especially since I don't believe in God or Jesus, spirituality or religion. I've been saying this. You have to prepare for all this. It shouldn't be a surprise. Somebody dies in your family, you'll be, hey. I've seen many people pick issue with me on social media, especially Facebook, for calling their attention to that. Oh, I lost my father. I say, what? You didn't lose your father? But it's, all those feelings or reaction people have is based on what we have been programmed or taught or raised to believe without thinking, just as they say, believe without seeing. So people keep believing also without thinking, doing things without thinking. Somebody dies, then you suddenly know how to raise money. Our money will come out. I remember the one that happened in close to my place. This man died. This man was working hard to train his children and all that. He didn't sell, his land as most people always pressure their father to do. Oh, sell the land to establish me, do this, which I don't blame them, because if you have a child, you must take care of that child. You have children, you must take care of your children. It's not the other way around. It's not your children that are supposed to be taking care of you. And some of you that believe in God or Bible or religious stuff, they won't preach that side to you. I think it's in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. He said, it is the parents that save up for the children, not the children. But you see today, people bragging, oh, my son built a house for me, my daughter built a house for me. That's nonsense. And that's why I tell you, look at our culture and tradition you see today. Poverty is embedded in them. Poverty. People celebrating poverty as a way of life, and they call it culture, tradition. It's not culture and tradition like that will help you build your rules or develop yourselves. No. It is, oh, our ancestors did this. Our ancestors established this. But you have your own brain. If what your ancestors established is not actually working for you, then devise another one that will work for you. Instead of you continuing in their, in their culture and tradition that is no longer working for you, or whatever they establish, whether it's belief, whether it's religion, whether it's spirituality. But if that thing in reality is not actually helping you, why are you using life as your identity or meat as an identity? Some of you try to say, no, it's our identity. If you don't follow certain culture and tradition, you lost your identity. It's a lie. Your identity is you're a human being. Humanity is supposed to be your identity, not all those make beliefs that people made up. So look at me, my father died yesterday, and some people expected me to be sad. I said, why should I be sad about that? It's natural thing. I can die any moment, I can die right now. It's not a loss. So I told my daughter, let me start with her. So I think she sent me a text, but I'm already sleeping to get ready for work yesterday. So I managed to pick up the phone. He says, she called me to see how I'm feeling. I said, Mama, how I'm feeling. I'm not joking when I tell, because I used to tell her about death, about how people, what people, hold on, all those things. And sometimes they think I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. Everything I'm telling you is what I do, or what I have done, or what I can do. I'm not telling you to do something that maybe I know is impossible. No. I can only tell you to do what works for us. What works for you, what works for me. That's what Factual Truth is all about. It, regardless of your age, is for all. So she says she was speechless. She don't know what to say, of course, because I lead, let me use their word, I lead my life by example, with example. You can see that. I'm not telling you do this because I think some people accuse me of that, say, don't worry, when something happens, you will see. But no, you think I just wake up and open my mouth and be talking. I served God for many years. I served Jesus for many years. I was religious for many years. There is nothing you are doing by faith or in the name of God, in the name of Jesus, that I have not done. Then when I see you telling R.I.P., rest in peace, I say, where? If you have to rest in peace, that's what you do anytime you lay down. That's what you do when you're relaxing. You rest in peace, not after you die. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. For what? Rest in which peace? Tell me. And most people, you don't even know them. Only they say this person dies. You begin to write rubbish. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Rest in peace where? When that person was alive, I want you to tell me how he rested in peace. Why must you rest in peace after death? Anyways, because they taught us all this bullshit about afterlife, like people that believe in resurrection or reincarnation. So whether it's, I say believe, I didn't say no. So if you believe in reincarnation, I know reincarnation. I don't believe in reincarnation. I know it. So if you believe in reincarnation, or your ancestors is going somewhere to be with you or watching you from there, or in resurrection that you'll be raised after you die, you'll be raised to heaven. You will sit with God on his throne and all that blah blah. So why are you feeling bad or sad when somebody dies? Especially if that person actually believes in God and Jesus. Like my father. My father is a knight, or was a knight, because they say he's dead now, right? Okay. He was a knight in Anglican church till death. I want to see what those knight people will do for his burial. I want to see, because they're supposed to be the one championing everything. My father dedicated in his entire life in religious activities as an Anglican man. I want to see what Anglican church, Anglican communion will do for him and his family. I want to see that. I want to see that. But guess what? The family now will bring maybe his kinsmen now, or family members, his children, that will bring for his burial. How about the church? And you know I will not do that. You know that. But some of you think I'm joking. You think, no, he's crazy. Okay, let me be crazy now. At least I'm crazy. Yeah, it shows that your God cannot heal me. My father prayed for me to come back to God before he died. He died now. I did not come to God. His prayer did not work at all. So, you know, it doesn't matter what you say about it. I'm just telling you as it is. I don't have any fear about that. I don't have any doubt about that. And that's why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking. You are free to get upset or all that, but this is why we are doing what we are doing, because a lot of garbage we are holding as the truth. We must rebrand or trash all those things and live humanly as we're supposed to live. Then after that, I went to work. So I went to our manager and I showed her the text my brother sent to me, because she was on phone and the other guy is sitting there. So I don't want to, like, you know, say it out and cut whatever she's doing. I just showed her the text. She said, oh. Then she said, wow, sorry for your loss. I said, it's not a loss. I said, it's not a loss. He said, well, are you not close to your father like that? I said, I am. He's my father. But death is it's a natural thing. It's nothing to be sad about. I left. Then every other person I tell you, they keep giving me, it's supposed to be sad reaction. You know, the other one say, huh? It's because, I'm going to miss the person, the way we talk on the phone and all that. I say, but you're supposed to know all that when that person was alive. Nobody will live in their present body forever. You have to change it. That body must change, whether you like it or not. That body must change. Oh man, I don't have this call for so. Oh, it's Ford. No, I'm not buying Ford. So this person, that's why I say, they will die. If your parents still alive, or you have any family member that is still alive, you're supposed to know they will die. It's not a bad thing. Just as when a woman is pregnant, she will deliver. So when she delivers, what do? You rejoice because it delivers. The same way when somebody dies, You're supposed to rejoice, not crying about it. And you're not supposed to waste your hard-earned money burying anybody. The proper burial, befitting burial you can give to anybody is bury it immediately to the earth. After 24 hours, at least 24 hours to confirm that person is dead. Somebody dies, they rush the dead body to hospital, say to confirm in the hospital. Why? Why are you going to hospital? Hospital will still charge you for all that. This is simple things we're supposed to be doing humanly. Everything is costing us money these days. There is money tag on everything these days. Everything. Very soon, when you tell somebody good morning, you must give money. Or good afternoon, you must give money. Good evening, you must give money. They have monetized everything, and majority of us see it as normal way. It's not. They will begin to waste money to print billboards or posters. Okay, and some of them live in America, especially those living in abroad. You don't see them doing all those obituary stuff, wasting money, billboard and all that. Maybe the highest you may see is in the newspaper, which nobody reads anymore. But think about it. You waste those monies to bury somebody, and you claiming you know what you are doing. No, you don't. You don't know what you are doing. I know you will, because majority will support you. Say, yeah, you don't know what you are saying, blah, blah. That's why I know. That's how many of you will react. I know already. When I read some of their posts, like when they see happy this, happy that, I say, see, awaken the people. Yeah, woke nation, the woke people. Wish me happy birthday. I'm +1 today. That's the people. No wonder. The more you try to work with them, it will never work. Because both of you have to know the truth. Not some people believe the truth and claiming to know the truth. Just as they claim that what they believe is the truth, or they know what they believe. No, you don't. So you wasting all that money. Remember last year I made a post about coffin, burying dead body with casket. It's not a natural thing. It's not African thing. No, you don't. The only time they put up balls to bury any dead bodies, the one that died with a deadly disease, so they don't want it to spread. So they have to make that boss to conceal it. At least they just made up wood to throw it in the air. They weren't like going to buy anything. No, they bamba kinsmen. They come together, bam, 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 put things together, boom, so that if somebody else come across, they will not contact the body. I mean, they will not touch the body to contact the whatever disease that person die of. But today, look at the nonsense our people are doing. Spend a lot of money to buy caskets. Some call it a golden casket, blah, blah. It's a business now, coffee making, casket business. People are doing that business, which we don't supposed to have in the first place. They will rather go and build a coffin business than become farmers. No, farmers are poor people. They are wretched, you know. In the village, they stay in the village. But why in this all the money you make, whatever, you still have to eat. If you don't eat, you will not live. You still have to live, eat to live. So you waste that time today. You see them even dancing with casket. Our people, if you tell them, they will try to compare themselves with, you see, when the queen was buried, one rich people in the white man's country was buried. But do you have what they have? They have better road network. You don't have. You see, I'm driving, talking, right? You, I'm not like her as it would be if it's in Africa, because I know there's red light, green light, and the other people must follow the light. If you don't, you accident happen, police come, blah blah, all that. Before you compare yourself to white people, oh, when they do burial, when they have kingship, blah, coronation, all that, do you have what they have? They have nuclear weapon, you don't. They have health care, you don't. They have steady power supply, you don't. They have high-speed internet, even free Wi-Fi in public places, you don't. They have park, where you see people just go to relax. You don't. The things they have, you don't, but you want to be like them. You want to compete with them. You do this with them. But the main thing, they have science, you don't. You don't. But that's the type of thing you compare yourself also with them. You're not comparing yourself with them in science. It's in nonsense. Things where you will waste your time and your money. They build cathedral, you build, even building more cathedrals than them. Your own cathedrals are bigger than their own, although they are the one that forced their religion on you. You build better mosque or greater mosque than them too. And you call it life. Yeah. My father died yesterday. He's my father. But before his death, we have religious issue which separated us. I told my younger brother that, you see, myself and my parents are fulfilling the scriptures, because the word of Jesus said that for you to follow Jesus, you must hate your father, your mother, your children, your sisters, your brothers, and yourself. And he said, for his name's sake, family will be divided. Father against son, son against father, mother against daughter, daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. Because of me, it brings division. Yes, Jesus severed the relationship between me and my father. Jesus did. Because he believed in God of Israel and Jesus. And when I tell him, I spoke with him on the phone, I say, listen, no, it's not God or Jesus blessing me or giving me any money to do this. Say, no, it is God, it is Jesus. I say, it's not. He said, I am using rope to tie myself on the neck. You know, when you tell them you don't believe what they believe, they think horrible things will happen to you, which they have been saying since 2018. Christians has been telling me all that. Muslims, people that believe in God has been telling me how terrible thing will happen to me for not believing their bullshit. But it never happened. Some of them have died, like my father. He didn't see me come back to any God or to any Jesus to prove his prayer works or his God is alive. Never happened. I cannot be among people that, you know, when somebody died, they begin to talk nonsense. Talking that person did it, that. No. Speak what you know. Don't speak out of your emotional feelings and all that bullshit. Maybe it may happen to you. Death is natural thing. It's not something to be feared. It's not something that's supposed to terrify us for any reason. No way. We're supposed to know that birth and death are a part of life. They are not opposite of life. Death is not a thief. Death is not a tragedy. Death is not evil. Death doesn't mean the end. It doesn't mean you ended. You don't exist anymore. No. My father continued living. He continued living. He's still living in the earth while we are on the earth. So the living, the dead and the living. And I've been saying this, that the living are not better than the dead. The living are not better than the dead. Okay, whatever has been the problem of my father, whatever that have been worrying him, maybe the debt he owes people or whatever issue we have with people, will he still be arguing with them, you know, as they know him in that body? No. Because of what? He has transformed. He has gone to be transformed as he's supposed to. All he needs is for you to bury that body. The body will begin to transform again, to be born again. That's we don't die. I mean, that's we don't end. That's what I mean. We die. That doesn't mean we ended. Some people say when you die, after so minutes, your brain stop working. Who told you that? But some people, when they come back or when they are born again, you say, oh, this person know how to do this. Nobody taught him that. Because he used to know it. The brain never dies. including your body. When I say never die, I mean they never end, like they don't function no more. They still function, including your body. Your body is powerful. That's why even though we use part of your dead body to still perform certain things they call ritual or sacrifice, and it works. You don't know yourself. That's why you think your body is corrupt. You begin to say you are mortal, you are nothing. There is God that is immortal. That God does not die. It's you that are talking about. The God that does not die is your brain they are talking about. Your brain don't die. Your brain is in your life. Your body don't die. You don't die, like you don't end. You stop existing. No, you always exist, dead or alive. You always exist. Those that are dead exist in the earth, right? To be born again. Those that are alive exist on earth to die again. You must be born again and you must die again. It's natural thing, people. Wake up. Wake up. Oh, he don't want to spend. You are stupid. What do you mean I don't want to spend? I'm spending every day. I'm going out to shave my hair. I'm going out to do my laundry. I'm spending. I'm driving. I take care of my bills. I'm spending. But why should I spend on burial? Tell me. I know our people, even in what they call tradition, they be like, oh, something is not working for you because when your father died, you did not kill cow. Or when one of your uncle or aunt died, you did not kill cow. What do you mean, kill cow for what? Somebody has died, buried. The person has been born again multiple times, and yet you saying that something is not working for you because you did not bury so. But when you travel to America, to Europe, to Asia, when you are living there, such thing don't bother you, don't worry you, because they pay you for your work there. The system there works. But you are living in a place where there is no working system. They are slaves living by the system imposed on them by the slave masters. And some of them say that is how God created them, or that's how God ordained it to be for them. Huh? That's what they think. That's what these people believe. You don't have your own working system. Then you are living in a... That's why when they look at you, they laugh. When they see all the nonsense you're talking, we did it, yeah. They just like they say, people that don't have their own system, how can they stand? You don't have your own system. And you say you will do what? You're fighting for freedom. You don't have your own weapon. What are you fighting with? With the weapons those people you're fighting against made. You don't know before they gave you that one, they have superior one. They are smart. You are the only one that refused to be smart and claiming you believing is being smart. You being a believer is being smart. That's why you believe nonsense they tell you, nonsense they wrote, without knowing that our history, the true history is not written, it's lived, and they pass it on. Where do you get these ones you are doing? Wasting money on burial. Where do you get that idea from? Where? Just the same way you wasting money for bed. I say, why we don't have midwives? At least let me say in every kinsman, let me not say family, kinsmen. They have midwives. That, yeah, kinsmen will also be taking care of those midwives. So when somebody is pregnant, you know, they know whatever that person is to deliver, there must be midwife around to help deliver the baby. Somebody say, no, when they were there, baby have infection, blah, blah, did. Then that's how you develop that. If people are having infection through that, you make it not to be infectious anymore, not to be having that infection through that. That's how people, that's why you see the scientists, when virus comes, they begin to devise the vaccine for it or how to tackle it. They don't say, okay, they don't abandon it. No. It is your own system. Then how does it work? Make it better. Many of you want to go back to what you claim your ancestors established and continue like that. No, you're supposed to, wherever your ancestors stop, you continue from there. Make it better. Make it greater. especially for yourself. But you won't do that. Or you want to argue to defend your illusion, defend the nonsense they impose on us, and you see it as the way of life. And anyone that don't go that way is crazy. It's not supposed to be this. Okay, but look at your life, look at my life. You're not happier than me, period. I can't say whether you're happy or not, but I say you are not happier than me. I know myself, I speak for myself. It's time, people, have a rethink. These things is your parents push them on you, or the society, or the religion, or whatever somebody else made up that thing. Then why is it bothering you? This is what somebody else made up. Now it's supposed to be bothering me. I'm supposed to be wasting my time and my resources on it. No, it don't supposed to be so. Somebody that say it's my loss. Why should it be my loss? It can never be my loss. It's not a loss in the first place. It's not. So check how people feel about certain things. It will tell you all about them. You see how indoctrinated we have been as a people. We don't have our own say. We don't have our own way. We don't have our own thing. Then the things they force on us, or the things some people force on us, we try to make it our culture and tradition, say it's our own. It's not. Africans are natural people. We are not spiritual people. We are not religious people. We are natural people. And natural people live by knowledge. You need to know what will happen tomorrow. But they cage you in ignorance. So nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody knows what will happen next. Because you don't care to know. If you care to know, you will know. You will know tomorrow. You will know what will happen next. I check my calendar. 2040, 2050. The calendar is already there. And yet you still open your mouth saying nobody knows tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. Your ancestors knew tomorrow. And what they wrote about death was so wonderful that white people call it the book of the dead, to vilify it. And that's where our ancestors will tell you death is an illusion. Thinking that is the end. No, it can never. There's no end to life. There's no beginning to life. So those people that tell you, whatever have beginning, have ending. Okay, tell me now the beginning of life. You cannot. But you want to tell me the end. I told you the 2 days of your life you don't know. The day you were born and the day you will die, you don't know it. You don't know. They say my father said he was feeling pain. Now they went to lab, then on the way, blah, blah, he died. But how many of you will ask, how about his God? Why would they go to lab or to hospital when there is God? When there is God that's supposed to take care and is supposed to know when this thing will happen. Jeremiah 33 verse 3. Call me, I will answer you and show you great and mighty things that you know not. But our people ignore those things. They want you to be emotionally attached to it, bringing some sentiments and all that. Some people bring emotional blackmail, all that. Have you called this person? Have you called? Yeah, call the necessary people you're supposed to call. They don't make it seem as a tragedy. Don't make it seem as bad thing has happened. Don't. Let us wake up, my people, to live as a people again. Let us live as people that have their brain working. Stop living by what is believed or what was forced on us. Dare to know it all. I didn't say dare to know something. No, dare to know it all. That's when you begin to engage your brain and trash all these belief systems or make believe things that people are dying for. Live your life, enjoy your life. I may die now and no regrets. I've been saying it. I don't need to be buried in any coffin or with any coffin. I don't need that. I don't need any befitting burial where I'll be wasting your time, your money. Just throw the body to the ground. The same way I treat everybody, the same way treat me that way too. Don't force me into your bullshit because many people believe that. I don't follow the crowd. I follow the factual truth. Pardon.